This your boy Grizz.
And I'm your main man, Greenbag.
And this is the GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE Show. Powered by...
Wow. What's up, people? I'm doing the Instagram stuff too, man. I'm trying to do all of this. You know what I'm talking about? I was just talking about that daggone Clubhouse or whatever that is. And I was in that Meek Mills in their room and carrying on and a bunch of other rooms and stuff. Y'all Negroes is crazy. Like I said on the Instagram live, y'all niggas is crazy. Everything got to be about hoes. And you ladies, I ain't even saw on y'all parade. Y'all do y'all thing. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to be the old guy on the wall. For real, for real. It was good hearing from, what's her name too? Snoop, Warren G. But anyway, it's Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the year, the last Wednesday of GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE Show in 2020. 2020 been a heck of a year, man. I think everybody agree that it's been one crazy year. One crazy year. We got the stimulus checks. You know what I'm talking about?
Short paper.
Very short paper. And I'm not saying I'm not happy to get it. I mean, you know, I get it.
You know, some people fight for it to get a few more dollars, but, you know, you just don't get the support you need. You know?
You know, I mean.
Just don't get the support you need.
That brings us up to, 2020. We going in here and the Schmuck Awards. We might as well just jump right into
man.
it. Schmuck Awards.
I got some motherfucker.
And
see, I was going to do it a certain way, you know, have so many names and narrow them down to one. But you know what? I decided that all of these people on here are evenly as deserving of the Schmuck Award as the other.
Really?
So, I'm giving all of them the Schmuck Award.
Well, let's see who you have on the
Every
list.
bloody one of them.
Give them out.
Sick of this shit.
Give them out.
Well, you may not know this person. His name is Tom Price. He's currently running scam on seniors in your Cincinnati and Tri-State area.
His name is what?
Tom Price. Stay away from me.
Really? And he run a game on everybody?
No, seriously. He running schemes on seniors and stealing their money.
Oh, yeah. He's a schmuck.
My father was a victim of it, and we just, a couple other people, and we trying to get his name aware out there so that other seniors, if they hear that name come up, you know what I'm saying, they can be wary.
Oh, dig that.
This wasn't a joke.
No, I didn't think it was. But, yeah, that ain't cool. Then who you got?
Next. Right now, he might be the leader of the pack. He's like the leader of the pack right now. And I'm going to have to say Mitch McConnell. Can you please help me with this schmuck? I'm going to have to say Mitch McConnell. I mean, he's a turncoat. I'm going to call him that. He wasn't on board. Trump tried to get to 2000. He was not on board, and he fucked it up for everybody. Thought we only deserved the lousy 600 and would rather send the money overseas with the rest of the demis. So he is a schmuck. Can you please help me with this schmuck?
Hey, man.
Next, Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci. Corrupt. Bill Gates. Next.
Bill Gates.
Goddamn right. Y'all want to think this is a game? You can come with your little sun, your little sounds, and things of that nature. Just like, you know what? You just made the list with that last button push. Schmuck.
Hey, man. And who else is on this list?
The Bidens.
The Bidens.
The Clintons.
Hey, man.
And this guest on Ellen.
And a guest on
I'm
Ellen.
not letting you get away with that shit you did to your family. You stole their items all year long, and then you gave them back to them on Christmas. What kind of shit is that?
Hey, man, I wish we had video of that.
I'm telling you, man.
I wish we could go to the Ellen show and
she was
pull that
proud
up.
to do it.
So she would go and steal.
If you could have seen the look on their faces when they opened up their present and seen they shit in there. They looked at it. They looked at her. They looked back at it. They looked back to her. They wasn't feeling that shit, man. And you shouldn't have. And last but not least, my personal favorite, Brent Anderson, a.k.a. I Guarantee, a.k.a. U-Ring.
Wow.
Lurch-looking motherfucker, poop butt mechanic.
Damn.
I never seen a broke motherfucker in my life cry about it being cold and all the things that's keeping them from getting some money. You're a schmuck, and I'm not letting you get away with the shit.
Well, damn, you said that with veracity in your voice.
I'm serious about this shit.
He might be your number one schmuck, the way you went off on him.
Could be.
You know what I'm saying? But I really think your number one schmuck on that list is Mitch McConnell.
You're right.
And I don't understand. He wears your,
like I said,
he wears your gear. He's the leader. Oh, okay.
At two, they put the knife in his back and they showed you right there. They trying to twist it now. You know, he is in the middle of a coup attempt, and everybody running around dumb as hell, don't know nothing, and it's gonna be too late because you're too pampered. You haven't trained. Your babies don't know they around no weaponry. They don't know nothing. They don't even have the education of what's going on, because you don't. So you're just going to be stunned. Uh-oh, I'm stunned. And then you're going to be more subject to take these little vaccines and these little things they're going to make you do, because you already know that you don't have what it takes to fight back. You haven't even tried and thought of that. So, for that being said, all those people that's in the dark and don't know what's going on and don't care, I don't care. I just want to go home. I just want to go to work. I just want to smoke my weed. You are the real truth, number one smucks. You heard it from me first.
Hey, well, y'all heard that. So I guess the whole list is smucks, and you out there.
It's almost like everybody but me almost.
It's a smuck.
Nah, we ain't gonna go that far. You heard it.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've been building this up.
And this is what we need to do with smucks.
2021, throw it out the door just like
throw the smucks out with the whole twomp.
With the whole 2020.
Bowling. What Jim Johnson say? Bowling.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to know
there.
that the views of the Ringbad Express are totally different than the views of GRIZZBIZME my 2 cents. As you can see for yourself.
Sometimes I wonder why I take him off the list.
You sound like shut up. Shut up. You might, but you did say you put your own self on the list. But anyway, you sound like old girl today that was on my post when I asked the question. I forget what I asked about the Mitch and the $600. But see, you're not. Yeah. Anyway, and another thing.
Sound like a crackhead move to me.
And another thing, when y'all get those stimulus checks, you said y'all was gonna buy all these iMacs I got.
They didn't give them enough money.
They got enough money, and I got you buy iMac from me, and you gonna have some money left over.
Not for that and them no seafood balls for a week. Nope.
Oh yeah, everybody want them seafood balls, don't they?
It's not enough on duty, man. It just ain't.
When did everybody start eating crab legs and stuff? That stuff stink, man. I just want y'all to know that stuff stinks.
Nuts?
You like crab balls?
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I just had one.
I don't. My
pre-stimulus
girls,
nigga.
my wife and daughter, they love that crab boil stuff.
They should, and as they should.
No, they shouldn't. But anyway,
it is the way. You know.
But anyway, it's the last Wednesday of the year, and that's also the last of our 3-part series. Black Love. And we need to bring our other co-host in. Where is she at?
Oh, you know she Finlater now, right?
No, she's not Finlater no more. Stop
She
saying
is.
that. She is
I
not
went over.
Finlater.
You don't know. Speaking of shrimp boils, she had one of the most amazing shrimp fiascos and seafood fiascos on Christmas. It was great.
Hold on. Let's give our co-host Ivory the Aries her proper round of applause.
Oh, look.
Bring her in.
She ain't Finlater, man.
Yeah,
she
she
got her
ain't
little
Finlater.
curls.
Look.
She got her rain curls and things.
Yeah, it's going into the new year.
She rain curled down on us, boy. Ain't that about it?
So you went over there and you ate her crab balls and stuff?
Oh, I had a great time. Prongs, nigga. Not them little niggas. Prongs, nigga.
Okay. Dig that.
You damn near gotta grab your shrimp out the tank and crack their backs open, nigga. That's how goddamn.
I just want to know: did her and her husband, any other family member, did they walk you to the back room and sit down and tell you some stuff to maybe get you back on track? I want to know: was there intervention? You did seem like you coming back from the holiday.
Weird personality is you in right now.
You coming back from the holiday, all refreshed and so forth, and you don't got that mask on. We working. You got that and that, but we working on it. So I'm thinking maybe
you drunk in the
you
car,
spend more
man.
time with your family. They might get your head in the right place. Do you know?
You talking about Benjamin Schmuttens?
Ivory, do you know?
He drunk in the car.
This guy came in here today with paperwork and a list. It wasn't nothing but 6 squiggly names, but
you can't even count. This shit's sad, man.
However many it was. But we were so impressed. The producers, we were so impressed that he thought we was making fun of him. Can we give him a round of applause today? Yay!
You know what,
How
man?
about that?
These schmucks sure are on time with their buttons for you finally found some producers that you can pay off, man.
What's
Shit
happening?
is crazy, man.
That's what's happening.
You couldn't play Bruno off and you couldn't go against me with the fucking crew. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool.
But anyway, good to see you. What you got planned for the new year? You cooking more crab boils?
Be nice.
Boils?
It'll be fucking nice.
I am going to relax. And
Them
stay
niggas
out
probably
this
make
shit.
some duck.
Duck.
I'm not doing nothing.
What? You got the black eyed peas, things like that. You got to go. Now. You know what, Jake?
Now I
Them
got
taught
my
you.
black eyed peas and
Yeah.
I got my collard greens.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody invited, and I ain't doing nothing
Oh,
Yeah, I got requested the fried chicken. My family wants me to fry them some
I'm
chicken.
not listening to that.
Yeah, you're going to have to find your own spot this way, your
I
own
know
other
where that
family.
spot at, and I know how to find it easily.
She said, there ain't nobody invited. That means you had your intervention. That's part 2, and you're going to have to pay for that.
I'm going to do. All I got to do is wear some red. Joe ain't going to be able to help but let me in. He got to.
Oh, my gosh.
He'll be like, babe, but he
Yeah.
got red on this time for once.
Now you going to, not if you wearing that damn Trump hat.
Let's just see what he want. Let's just see what he want. He got on red.
Well, I'm going to leave that alone. But anyway, it's good to have you here.
I'm going to do this.
Good you had a good holiday. Today is the last Wednesday of the year and the last Wednesday for the GRIZZBIZME2SENSE Show of 2020, and it's also the last of our 3-part series, Black Love. And just to do a
Black
little,
love, baby.
yeah,
Super love,
Super love.
woman. There really is no other.
and we learned a lot. Just to
Yeah.
recap a little bit, we broke down men, and I just got out of that talking to Harvey that we are the problem. You know what I'm saying? That men
Always. I am just tired of your shit. Can I take the flow?
Go ahead.
I'm so tired of your
We just
shit,
recapping.
man.
We just recapping.
Every time we in this kind of conversation, you always jump ship and you're always against us every time.
Nigga, I just said what she was saying about men. We are the problem. We need accountability.
Men are the
Accountability.
problem.
Accountable.
You just said the men are the problem?
I'm repeating
That's
what
what
the
you just
woman
said.
said. And the women that commented and so forth, too.
Oh, that ain't your opinion.
No.
Well, good, because normally it is.
No, I'm saying we do have to be accountable for our actions.
Oh, man. Whose side is you on with this shit?
Oh, my gosh. You have no accountability, and that's the problem.
Ooh,
What happened to the young tender you had last week?
My who?
The young tender.
Where you see me with a young tender at?
That's what I thought. My point.
Yeah.
my point.
Would you
But
be
anyway.
mine, young tender?
But anyway, that, and you know how
Yes.
men have to step it up and be men, get your own places. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your own places. You got to do you.
Man.
You know what I'm talking about? You got to leave the big booties and the big tatas alone.
Who do? What? See, listen. We ain't getting ready to do this kind of shit, man. We ain't. What the? Did you tat? What the, man?
Hey, man, you got to pay attention to little booties.
They don't matter. That's a myth on Facebook.
It's, okay, well, I'm going to
All that turning around, tooting your ass up. You got couch pillows
There you
all
go.
in your pants pockets and all that, trying to make something out of nothing, baby.
Hey, man, we making
You need to
progress.
quit trying to make a booty out of couch cushions and make a booty out of some chicken and motherfucking waffles.
All righty, we have making progress, but we was talking about us being falling for that.
Hey, I'm duped every time, dude.
I thought we was making progress.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Because I'm going to be right there like,
Oh, my gosh, I thought we was making some headway, but we ain't.
Like if one walk past right now, I'm like, hold on. Pardon me right quick, Liz. Hey, how you doing? Right now, in the middle of the show.
Okay, so then we needed to learn, too, that there's a difference between courting and dating. And I know you don't like those words, and we're not going to get into hashing
Who
and all
don't?
that. You.
What you mean? I'm a courter.
A courter? A
I'm
quarter?
a courter in the process of dating.
Yeah.
I'm into courting.
And-
See,
and-
I do the things the dudes don't do anymore. But then sometimes I get ticklish like, because you got to fight to do it. They don't understand it. They're programmed into the new way of a schmuck boyfriend that don't get no doors and don't do nothing. You damn near smack their head off with the door because they all in the way. They don't know you getting it. I done had to grab a girl by the back of her ponytail. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to grab her jacket. I grabbed her ponytail trying to say, girl, don't grab no doors around me. I done yanked the goddamn whole hat off. I said, oh, no, they don't. Well, as you can see, I don't got no sweethearts. You just can't get past that when you yank a woman's scalp off in the middle of public. You know what I'm saying? They just don't work with you. They can't work with you no more. They can't.
Oh, my gosh, man.
They just don't want to work with you no more,
Hey,
man.
man.
So,
I was grabbing for your jacket. You got that stupid ass long ponytail.
Oh,
the
man.
funniest things happen with you, Raymond. It's absolutely hilarious. But no, seriously, to recap, initially we talked about the guys and their roles. In the second part of love, we talked about the women and their roles. And today we just kind of want to bring it all together to say, how can we get our Black community, Black men and Black women, to fall in love with each other again, to establish relationships and be long term, and to say, work together on being in love. And I think it's very important, especially going into 2021, another, year. We've learned so many things about ourselves and hopefully each other. And 2020, if 2020 didn't teach you that life is short and you have to hold on to those that are holding on to you, I don't know what's going to do it. But I just wanted to kind of bring it all together and have that conversation, and not so much as to say who's at fault or who's doing what, but I think we, as you mentioned, have to all be accountable for what we're doing. I made a few posts today, and one of those posts was to actually bring to the table what you're requiring. And I think that's on both parts of Black love. I think so many times we go into expecting something or demanding things be a certain way, and you haven't checked yourself to see, are you even holding these qualities? Or are you a person that someone wants to bring these qualities to the table for? So it's just about not just finding a good partner, but also being a good partner. That's very, very, very important. And I think that's a good conversation piece to have. So when we say being a good partner, Those things come with many. The term comes with many things, should I say. So those things are, for me, I think communication and comprehension are very big in establishing love and relationships and longevity, because I think we assume that people understand where we're coming from, or we make the assumption that someone should know how we feel without communicating those things. And in the midst of that, people lose interest. And you start to think that the other party does not care, or, doesn't want to put in the effort and the energy that it takes to build and establish. And that's one thing that I think Black love stands on, is that communication and comprehension. So when I'm saying communication and comprehension, this is not a put down for the male society, but it is a known fact that women mature faster than men, right? So
go ahead.
Typically, it's the females that are pressing for those monogamous relationships. And that's why I always, I think, comment and have something to say to the women in those positions, because we're like, you look good, you have whatever you think men want or need, and then you make all these demands on a partner, and they may not even comprehend where you're trying to go with this situation. You haven't even communicated with them, where your intentions are. So I think that's really one major thing that where we have issues with the Black community and being in love in the Black community, is simply because we are not communicating to a point of comprehension. We're just wanting to be right with whatever point we're making.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I agree with it.
Hey, your phone is ringing.
I agree.
Pick up your phone.
Okay, we got a caller. I agree with you. As we welcome the caller. I agree with you, but before the communication part and comprehension. Let's go. Let's start with the communication part. Communication. Hello, who's calling? Who is this? Who's calling on the line?
Tonight is Shatea.
Oh,
damn.
Has Shatea been drinking?
I hope so. Is he going to be a lot more fun
if Shatea has been drinking? Has Shatea been sipping her cocktails?
With bamboo or something?
All righty. We about to have a ball. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to give a round of applause for Shatea.
Shit, and around the shots, too.
And around the shots, too. Yeah. Right about
Absolutely.
that.
Hell, go and drink to that.
I also want to give a shout out to Rona V. You know what I mean? Who's tuned in live and communicating. I'm going to try and type some stuff with you. I appreciate you on the live feed with us. But before you get started, Shatea, man. Hey, man, straighten up and act right. But anyway, we were going back with the communication. I know it's his fault. Communication. We're starting with the communication. I believe communication has to start after the physical attraction. First of all, before communication and all that begins, I think we as Black people, Black men and Black women, need to show each other more respect. On social media in general, in person and so forth, that's where I think, number one, where we need to begin as far as Black love. And that goes with dealing with each other, too. As Black men to Black men and Black women to Black women. I believe we need to show each other a whole lot more respect. And I don't know if the word's empathy, sympathy, but whatever the word is about empathy to one's situation or whatever they're going through in life or whatever. But main one is showing respect in our community towards each other. And then with communication, I do believe after you get past the physical attraction, we're not going to get into all of what we backtracked on, but once you got to get past that, the boom, it's like when you're listening to a song that an artist can turn in, or for a project, or somebody walk up to you and say, "Hey, listen to my music." You could sit there and after 30, 40 seconds, say if it's gonna be a hit for you or something that you like. Same way. And I asked some lady this at the job about, or maybe it was on Facebook, that a woman can look at a man and tell if she's going to be, I'm going to just say the word, sleep with him. Is that true?
Intimate. She can determine if she's going to be intimate.
Intimate. You know what? That is a great word too. That is a great word to use. Intimate, right? Instead of just going straight to the dude.
I would have said sexually attracted.
Okay, sexually attracted. So
you want to get your grind on.
Yeah, women can do that. Men do that right after it. I think we do that
when you walk past the grocery store.
Boy, tell you. But I don't say, or I didn't say, hey, I want to do her. I just might compliment her. Okay, she looks good.
Oh, now you want to downplay your role of what the fuck you do.
No, I'm not playing a role because I don't sit there and say every woman with a fat ass or look like her that
I believe.
I don't say I want to do her, or I have it's a physical attraction, or I like what I see, but that don't mean that I'm sitting here thinking about doing it.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
What you don't get? Your personality is weird.
No, it's not. Weird is the real.
You're on the wrong one. Get to the fucking right one.
No, you want me to be that nigga.
You need to go to Paul Reese.
You want me to be that nigga, no, Paul.
That's what you need to do.
Lil Paul, you don't know about Lil Paul. Where's Lil Paul alone? But leave me alone. But anyway.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you bringing them out. I told your ass.
Oh, shit.
What's wrong with you, man? Don't be doing no triggers and shit.
Well, medication is all it takes, but you don't get on your meds like you're supposed to. That's your fault.
It's mother. But anyway.
Got to be more careful.
Anyway, that's what I'm saying. Once you get past that, then that's where the communication come in, and that's part of the communication process too. Being able to decipher that and say, hey, okay, let me get to know this person, which comes into the courting and the dating part. And the comprehension part of the communication is, will this person be able to understand the difference between courting and dating? Is his mission or her mission courting or dating? Or like someone else, hey, I see it, I want to jump into it and do it. So that's where I'm at. Somebody help me out. This guy ain't helping.
I was just thinking, got away from a little bit what Rory.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. I think we got a little bit away from what Ivory was stating, as how women portray themselves a certain way, and what we are looking for in a dating situation, and how we are bringing ourselves. We go into it totally different from men. And I think that's the problem, that men is from Venus and the women are from Mars shit or whatever, whoever from wherever. It don't even matter.
Well, vice versa.
But, right, because as a woman, we going into it one way and we're thinking we're presenting ourselves a certain way, and the men are coming at it a whole nother way. That's a real issue, but we all trying to communicate. And that's where you're right, the communication fails. Because we want to hold ourselves a certain way, or in this new generation, they done forgot and decided they ain't women. Let me just.
Keep talking.
Yes. Finally, somebody can tear
go along Black Love, but go ahead.
You know what? I can say I agree, because, and it's not, this is not a woman bash thing, but to be honest, the roles have been so lost in translation that women don't know how to be women and the men don't know how to be men. And I want to say this because
true.
Usually you have a woman who is financially stable entertaining a man that don't have nothing and expecting for at some point it to be miraculously a happy situation.
It can be though.
But there's a lot of them that have been. Everybody ain't a schmuck. Some people just need that push. And some people, I've seen women all powerful and got all their things going on with a schmuck, and he turned out to be a beautiful swan. And if they got finished bossing him up, and they went on into the sunset.
Yeah. the difference with that situation is that was his
You called the
goal.
dude a swamp.
And initially,
That's what
that
they
was
want to
his
be, man. They
intention. He
little
didn't get
feminine,
into
man.
that like,
They
oh,
are.
I'm just gonna run through her, use her up, and do what I gotta do to get on to the next. When you find
He
situations
wanted
like
to learn.
that is because that guy had the intention. They had that communication. That's where he wanted to eventually be at some point. Yeah, he needed that push to get him there. He needed that,
Sometimes you just need a little help out here, man. That's all.
Incentive.
Incentives, all of the above.
But going back, and like I said, I'm not gonna be woman bashing either. But when you just gave an example of the girl having money and bringing in a dude, and because he ain't moved fast enough or moved up the success ladder as fast as her, that she wasn't on it. I think
And women don't expect that.
I think women
Go ahead.
expect that.
Continue.
That's what I was getting ready to
No,
get
we
at.
don't. We want that. Let me say this. We want that. We want you to be there. But at the same time, if you're not there and we already there, we're willing to work with you.
Now,
The thing is, we will expect you to stay the course.
Work with us and not against us. Damn.
well, see, I believe you just
I
maybe
get
just
it.
because you cut from a different cloth. Because this time and age, women's perception and actually men's perception is black men and black women's perceptions is really jacked up. Women have this idea, and I'm not gonna say prostitute, but play to lay. Niggas gonna pay to lay, and they think they associate relationship with money, and I understand. Like I brought up last week, that it's just like this. If a dude is making $10.13 an hour and you making $10
That's kind of hard even for me.
wait a minute, wait a minute, let me finish.
That's,
And
man,
is
don't
she
do that.
making
Who
$10.13
like that?
an hour? Why can't they make $20 and come on up? They don't think like that.
They can.
But they don't think like
They
that.
can. They should. They should.
And that's what the problem is. I said I got a friend and I want to hook these two friends up because I think basically this friend would be all right. But then after I got to talking to this friend, now she ain't right for my nigga because she just ain't right. And at some point she tell me like, nah, I ain't gonna be
What
right
make
for
her
that.
not right in Black Love? So if we're talking Black Love, what would make her not right according to Black Love?
I don't want to say lazy, but ain't nobody. I'm gonna say this with just single women. If you've been a single woman for a long time, and there's a lot of single women out here, when you getting with somebody, your expectations is gonna be of a single woman that you had. You're not gonna maybe be on cleaning up. You might not be on cooking every freaking day for this guy or cleaning and then too, and not just the guys. He not used to. Hey, she working too. She getting up and going to work just like you. So when you come home, it ain't no just her job to wash the dishes and do this and do that too now because she got to get up like you got to get up. So it's teamwork involved.
Well, just because you single don't mean be dusty and lazy because you single.
No, I'm saying when you get with
She
somebody,
should be already practicing all that
when you
shit.
get with somebody, and particularly a single woman or a single person for that matter, and you bring two single people together, one might not be wanting to be on that cooking and stuff like. It's called compromise and compromising, and people. I think that goes right up there
I'ma
with the
say
communication
this, TJ.
and comprehension
Agree.
and compromising.
With any relationship, I'm gonna say this: you have to have the same goals. I don't care what relationship you're in. I don't care if
I
y'all
agree.
two singles. If whatever it is, the thing is, you gotta have the same goals. And to meet the same goals,
You have to
or to
communicate
get
that.
where y'all trying to get, y'all gotta communicate where you trying to be, so that y'all can get there. That's
Right.
the bottom line.
Right.
And when we talk about communication, it starts with what do you want out of this relationship, and where you trying to be in the future. And that's something that keeps getting reevaluated over the years.
Yep.
I've been in a relationship for everybody know going on 30 years.
Yep.
About
You
30.
have to keep reevaluating the situation.
All the time.
So whatever it started at, it still has to change as years go on.
Mm-hmm. And that you're speaking the truth. Communication. You're right. That might be the number one, but that's right.
Can we also point out that you can't use y'all as an example? That's
what I said too, because we've been married so far. But you can, because we done been through trials and tribulations like everybody.
Nobody can't do that shit.
Not all the time. It's a growing process,
and
that's what people don't understand. It is a process. Just what Pooh said. Everything ain't hunky dory all the goddamn time.
But this the trick. This the weird part. Even when it ain't, it still don't look like it. What the bloody?
Hey, yo.
What's going on?
What's happening?
What's going on?
Coach Bo Schembecker.
Oh, Bo on the phone. What's happening? I was like, I'm about to say, we dropped Pooh.
Hold on, man. I got to put my...
now we want to adjust your stuff. Look at this nigga.
Nah,
see what you do?
I'm about to go wake
What's
up
happening, Bo?
Benjamin Muttons in the car.
What's going on with it? See what's going on, Grizz and Ring?
Same old stuff, man. Let's see your view.
I feel like, when you're going into black love, we all think that it's a certain construct that successful relationships are built off of. And that's so far from the truth, because just like, any relationship, any person, everybody is different. So the same things that make Bo and Shatea tick might not make you and yours tick, or her and hers tick.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got certain tolerance levels. So it all go back to what y'all was saying with the communication and the goals. If y'all not talking about future together, then y'all just playing. And you need to keep that in mind. Like, if y'all not planning, I ain't talking about like a vacation. I'm talking about like
life,
like
goals.
Buying a house together, retirement. If y'all not talking future, not next week, not next month, I'm talking about like history.
Building money, finances together.
Because at the end of the day, a relationship ain't nothing but a business.
That's all it is. And that's what they look at it as in the government as well.
It's a business. That's why women nowadays look at men nowadays like we insufficient, because we ain't good for business. They working hard trying to get to where they trying to go in life. And yeah, you might look good, you might smell good, you might even fuck good, but you ain't good for business. So when you put it in perspective and you look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I being productive for business or counterproductive for business? Are we talking about future, or are we talking about right now? That's when you start creating true black love.
Hey, man, I couldn't have said that better. That is that. Can we get a round of applause? Thank you. That was eloquently. Lee, you dig that?
Very eloquently put. And I say this to say that I always talk about assets and liabilities, right? And either you are an asset or you are a liability. There is no in between. And that is most true when you are talking about a long-term relationship. Okay, when we're talking about long-term relationships, the communication part, that is a very, 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 very foundational piece of it. And when I mentioned communication, that's what I meant as far as longevity. What are those conversations about when you and this person are alone? What is that communication piece? You find a lot of people that look good out in public, and they go home and they don't even spend 1 second together behind closed doors. They don't like each other outside of sex. That's it. That's what brings a lot of people to stand together, because you fall into the best sex you ever had. You don't even like the body that the sex comes. You don't like the person that has the body that the sex comes with, but the sex is great. And a lot of people are building what they think love off of good sex.
Lust.
And that's why we have a lot of people not able to build and stay together and be together, because sex is gonna be good, especially when you're good at it. But what is there past the sexual relationship. Well, past the sexual concept of black man and a black woman, what is there? And to fall back when you said respect, we go back to the whole visual concept. It's hard for people to respect people they do not find sexually attractive in the black community. I'm not lying. I see men all the time that will hold the door open for one group of women and will turn their back on a whole nother group of women. We all black women. But he only gonna cater to what he's attracted to visually. So that's another thing. When you speak respect, that comes with it. If we're not respecting each other across the board, regardless of how we physically feel about you, whatever that initial concept of you is to us, it'll be a long-term respect. And the same thing with women. Women will treat a man they feel like doesn't have money totally different than the guy with the one they think balling and all of this. And like you said, Ring, you're a guy that does things that the average guy doesn't do. Holding doors open, pulling out your chair, asking you if it's too cold in the car. Just the things that are really common courtesy. People looking at you like, oh, he lame, he this, he not realizing he is missing a block, because what kind of guy cares enough to ask you about how you feel, how your day went, how, you know what I mean, how these things affect you? There's not a lot of people, and women are the same way. We, a lot of us don't ask our man. He working hard every day on his feet, 10, 12 hours, making sure the bills are paid. Have you asked that man, is he happy? Have you asked that man, is he emotionally okay? You know what I mean? There's a lot of components that are missing. When I say communication, this ain't just, oh, honey, what we gonna do this weekend? No, I'm talking about that deep-rooted communication, what people consider now pillow talk. Do you have conversations with your significant other that you don't have with other people? Or is everything you reveal and communicate with your significant other public entertainment, communication? You know what I'm saying? Information. Like, there is a lot of things. When I say communication, I really mean the entire piece of communication. Not just y'all talking about the where you going is good, but you do have to talk about where you are right now. Because are you happy right now determines, are you going to stick it out to even get to the next step?
Dang on, if you right about
those conversations with your partner, with your significant other, whoever you hold dear to you, believe me, there's a lot of things about that person you don't know. And when that a different person can come into your relationship and infiltrate that space simply because they're asking questions and having communication that you don't think is relevant, and you wonder, she ain't, ain't shit. He ain't shit. Oh, he cheating. She cheating. And sometimes it's just a matter of someone has been able to emotionally attract you, and it hasn't been infiltrated on the level.
Well, I think,
hold on 1 second. I think that, so with all that being said, I totally agree. And so therefore, the bottom line for it to work, period, with black love is you got to actually have true love for the person that you talking about. If you don't, nothing is going to come after that.
Yep.
I mean, but how do you...
Grizz said the respect factor. You got to respect that person enough to allow them their feelings, to allow them...
Hold it thought, bro.
Can I double dutch real quick off of what Ring just said?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Bo wanted to comment off of what I said.
I wanted to double dutch off of that real quick. The concept of us thinking that you have to, love somebody to get what you need out of it. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you got to love yourself. If you have not addressed the speed bumps in your life that's been killing every relationship that you done been in, no matter how much you love them, you're going to kill the next one too until you start loving yourself. Because anytime anybody say anything to you, you're going to get butt hurt immediately because you feel like you're not the problem. So when somebody is telling you that this is a problem, you have to... Me and my wife been together almost 30 years. And even way back in the beginning, when we would have deep conversations about life or whatever, and if there was a problem, we literally talked about it and comprehended that. Then I had to go into the park and fix me in order to progress. You know what I'm saying? So if I wanted it to work, I had to make some game time adjustments. You can't go through life expecting for everybody to love you and you don't love yourself enough to make yourself a better version for the one you love.
Man,
Period.
and that's called accountability. What I said in the first thing, the man in the mirror, and you are so right, because you could be called when you're having a conversation with somebody or in a relationship with somebody or getting to know somebody, just say, you selfish. You a selfish person. Well, maybe you are doing selfish things, but you have to step back and sit back and be accountable for that and recognize that and be okay with, hey, I do have a problem. I need to fix this. And that's where this generation or a lot of people I see don't have no accountability for none of the actions, none of the stuff that they do in their lives. It's always the other person. And you said it, both of y'all said it. They're going to keep hanging these problems to the next person. You got to think, why haven't I had a long-lasting relationship? And true, maybe you have been that person to adjust and whatever and grow, but maybe this person ain't. It's all about accountability, like you were saying.
Yep. When we spoke very deeply onto self-love in the last episode, and that still rings true. As you can see, it begins to be part of the conversation because, like you say, without self-love, there is no growth. If you can't grow, you're going to stay stagnant. And staying stagnant, you're going to keep whomever the other party is down. And nobody wants to be stuck in the same position. I remember when Bo first moved to Atlanta and he told me, he said, about 90% of the people are still doing the exact same things they was doing when I left Atlanta. So that stagnation in people's character, that is just a character flaw. Like, some people don't feel the need to grow. Some people don't even know how to begin with self-growth. And so therefore addressing themselves with what their flaws are. Some people, it comes a point in your life, I think, where you grow enough that you can, because I was that person in a relationship. I was a selfish person. My needs had to be met. I was not concerned with the other party. And Bo himself, being in a long relationship, had told me, this can be solved with the conversation. We were all in a group setting, and there was something that upset the partner that I was with at that time in my relationship. And my uncle pulled me to the side and told me, like, this could be resolved with a conversation. And you know what? I was so full of myself. I was like, I'm not stroking no ego. I'm not finna do that. But I was young. I was immature. I wasn't in a place where I was even ready to acknowledge that I had flaws. You know what I mean? So I think it takes a lot of personal growth before you can even be in a relationship. Like I said, I was in this relationship for over a year, a very selfish person. And here this person is trying to work with me and grow with me and learn me and know me. And I was just too selfish to even pay attention to the effort. And so it happens where that situation may have made that person not want to be in another relationship, right? So I've damaged somebody to the point where now they got to take time to heal and regroup and get back to self. Who knows when you're misloved, what kind of damage you go through. And so, like he said, until you address that and you're able to come out of that and move forward, it's a lot of us hurting, wanting to be loved, and we don't know how to even address it.
To be honest with you, niece, I'm sorry, Grizz.
No,
I'm
go ahead.
just going to chime in real quick and I'm going to get off this call. To be honest with you, a lot of times we don't even know what love is. Like, when you come from the hood if the big homies put you on with some dope or some weed or whatever, some product, and you out on the block, they say, man, I'm gonna show you love. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? That's not love. You know what I'm saying? So what
That's
people
dependency.
think love is, what
That's a
people really
trap.
think love is, that's a trap. Exactly. So, our definition of love in the black community is fucked up. You know what I'm
So we
saying?
Yeah.
get
Like
so
what feels
are
good.
used to surviving. So we don't even have the opportunity to grasp the concept of love because you don't have time to love.
Right,
You trying to survive. So that's a
right,
major
right.
factor in the black community.
Very.
I agree, 100%. We got to identify what toxic love is versus what healthy love is. You have, oh man, he showed me love on that sack, boy. Yeah, he threw an extra gram in there. You know what I'm saying?
Is that really love?
Is that really love?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might love the smoke. Yeah, that's love. My D-boy loves it. But at the same time, real love is also, like Reem said, in the courting, that's cultivating love. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When you opening doors and when you're massaging feet, that is cultivating a healthy love. But like you said, we tend to push that away when it's healthy.
Because we
Yeah,
think that's
because
weak.
Because that's
the only physical tendency a lot of people can associate with love, like we said, is financial. And a man knows to
exactly.
show a woman how
See,
much he loves
everything
her by
else
how
is
much
weak.
he'll spend on her. A woman is prone to think however much money he willing to invest in me, that's how much he loves me. Without without the monetary value of anything, how would you feel about this person? If everybody was broke and money didn't exist, can you still be with this person? Can you still have these same strong emotions for a person, if things were different? So our association with love in the black community is, I don't even know, it's torn to shreds. Like we haven't even begun, like you said, self-love. Until you address that, I don't really think you can love another person. You can feel like you do.
You love
You
yourself.
can have an overwhelming
I always
sensation of
say you
emotions
have to
that you
love
can't really
yourself
pinpoint.
to love somebody else.
Yep.
You're right, but
And when you say love yourself, what does that consist of?
You have to learn to appreciate who you are. My husband and I had a conversation today, and we talked about. I was in DeKalb County Mall one day, and I'm sitting there, me being me. I don't think a lot of myself. I know who I am as a professional, as a businesswoman, as whoever, everything else. Other people see me different than I see myself. And that's the problem with us as black women. We see
Yep.
ourselves different than other people see us. So I'm in DeKalb Mall one day, and I don't care if you're at Lenox or if you're at DeKalb. Celebrities come into our mall, and they actually buy the mall out, or that store out. Say, I'm shopping here today, and that's it. So one day I'm at the mall, and I'm trying to buy my husband clothes. I'm standing outside the door, and a celebrity is in there already shopping. So they already done shut everything off. There's a rope, there's everything. And I'm standing outside of it. Me, being me, I'm me, period. He said, you can come in. So for me, I'm thinking, okay, I can go shop. I can go give my husband what he needs, and that's it. My husband says to me, he's like, well, if you were invited in, you were invited in for a reason. For me, I'm thinking I'm invited in because it's time for me to shop.
Right.
So we have women sometimes have different perspectives of themselves.
That's very
And
true.
I think to myself, huh?
I said that's very true.
you should have let it go on in there and buy up
Right.
let that nigga buy up all your clothes for you.
He sure was getting ready to.
I didn't think like that. Because I feel like to myself, I can do everything for myself.
And
Yeah.
And
plus,
that's sometimes
I am
that's the
married and
problem
don't
with
care
us
about
black
that part.
women. And that's the problem with some of us black women. We think, oh, I'm here to shop. I can do this. for me. And I'm standing outside the roast, not realizing I know why I'm standing outside the roast, because sometimes when celebrities in Atlanta come to shop, they shut a whole store down. I'm standing out there, that motherfucker said, you can come in. She can come in.
And see, and most women would have thought,
So I came.
and see, that's what I'm saying. Most women would have thought, like what Bo was saying, they want you in there for a reason. If you the only one in there,
I
so
didn't get that.
you didn't, but another
Because of-
black woman would, and get on just like what I said,
I
like
didn't
go
get
get go get that clothes. They mentality is the same thing. Oh, he looking at me. Oh, he think I'm cute. Oh, he think this or whatever, and right on in the door. So
We had that whole conversation today.
I'm telling her that she needs to see herself
association has a
as
lot
the
to do
world
with
see
how
her.
we.
What you mean?
Yeah.
What you mean by that, Bo?
What you mean?
Say it again. You said what?
I was saying, I said you need to see yourself as the world see you. Accept that, because she sees herself in a different light, and that's just one example of how people will treat her according to her look. You know what I'm saying? And she might not feel that way about herself. That's that level of loving yourself and knowing who and what you are, and taking that face value and running with it. Because these people seen her face value. They wasn't thinking to themselves, oh, she looks like a business professional. She looks like a healthcare. She looks like she could save my life. They wasn't thinking that.
No,
they
was
was thinking,
not.
damn, shorty bad. She
Right.
tastes like pound cake. Let her up in here.
I didn't see
But guess
that.
what?
I
I say
and I was
this.
saying,
Let me
like,
just say this. Because when you say see yourself as the world sees you, sometimes that is exactly the issue. These
Right.
women are all made up, all
Right.
glammed
That's
up.
what I'm
Everybody
getting
turn
at.
their head when they come through. And they have become full of themselves, thinking that that's all it takes. Everybody wants me. Everybody's looking at me. If you don't want to be with me, you crazy.
Right.
That's part of the problem.
That's
As well, that's part of the
that's
solution.
true.
And that's where I was getting at. Like,
That's true.
I think you need to stand out and be cool like who you was, even though your game, Rodney, because you peeped the game, but you need to be who you are. And we should have
But
said
everybody know I'm not that person.
right. So
I'm
when they
not
told
that
you, when they said that,
flamboyant person.
I would have told them that too.
No, Toinette, you're not that person, but you have what I call logical sense. Everybody don't have logical sense. And it's really some women that believe because they look good, they deserve whatever.
No matter what's going on.
With that. They can be a well-built airhead. These people are so convinced that all it takes is to look a certain way, to have a certain presentation of yourself, and everybody should be giving me what I want, bowing down, and nothing I do is wrong. When sometimes, like, you the biggest problem in trying to have the relationship. Because you're so full of yourself, you can't see past how you look to know you're an airhead.
Some people just
what I was
never would have thought
the
that.
point of loving yourself and seeing yourself as, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was getting at. The point of, like, you are who you are, face value. I got to say, I was having a conversation as well with my wife today, and I was telling her how complete of a person she is. As far as, like, the smarts, the beauty, the well-roundedness that she has. And she's not self-centered. Like you would say, oh, I'm me and I deserve da-da-da-da-da. She's not like that. But still be appreciative and know why the world sees you as you do. Because women have this thing where if they're not their best, they feel like they're not worthy. You don't got to put on lashes, makeup, and all this shit for a motherfucker to find you highly attractive.
Find you
know
highly
what I'm saying?
attractive.
You don't have to walk out, you know what I'm saying, and be dolled up, you know what I'm saying, every day, all the time. She wasn't there regular basic, and she wasn't feeling herself at all. But here goes some celebrities saying, hey, Shawty, you can come in here. And that's the point that I was getting across to her.
Can I speak on
seeing
that?
herself and knowing that she's beautiful regardless of how she's dressed.
Amen.
Let me speak on that.
I got some
And
stuff
for
too.
me, let me say this. Okay, go ahead. But
Look.
I was thinking for me, I always thought I had to have a certain education. I had to have a certain way that I treat a man. I always thought I had to be a woman in a certain type of way. That's the thing for me. And you got to understand, we as a Black community, we think certain things is what it takes, to get to the next level. That's the problem. And that was always my issue. I thought I had to be a certain way. I always thought to myself, I never put myself up with a certain class. But yes, I do get open access, and I don't understand why. I might be slow.
I'm going to speak on the mall situation. I feel like it's other people out there like you that would have reacted the same way. Because for one, you a married woman out shopping for your husband in the first place. So the last thing on your mind is somebody trying to holler at you.
Yep.
Only a lousy schmuck of a wife will have that all over their mind.
Yep.
Jesus.
Not unless
Let's act like it's some morals left out here, man.
Not unless the wife.
Not unless only thing could have had that go through her mind if it was sexy Maurice walking to the door.
No. Like I said before, on the hustler mode. It go to hustler mode. Like she know what she here for, but she recognize that she getting in here because they liking the way she look. Little do they know, I'm out here shopping for my husband, so I'm gonna go ahead and run it up.
Though.
Run it up. Buy these clothes and run it up and take my ass on out here.
Yeah, she gonna run off her credit card getting his clothes.
Thank you.
Are you like, hold on, you don't wear men's slacks.
Oh. And then let them know when you go out the door, thank you for buying my husband shit.
No, you just wave with the ring finger. Thank you, bye.
Like that one. But I had a question, though. Listen to this. It just brought me to this, and I have some solid answers, real live answers. And the image-wise. First of all, a man got to be able to say, hey, when she take that wig off, them extensions out, she got that bonnet on,
we started a game called Punch Bonnet, No Punchbacks.
Oh, man.
Like punch
the fupa is out. Dude, that's where I believe self-love has to come in at, like what Bo was talking about for women, and men have to be able to be in love with that person. Yeah, because I'd rather see you undolled first than to see you dolled up. So I don't be surprised.
You know what's crazy? I'm like that.
I'd rather see you undolled.
I'd rather see you rough part first.
Rough and how you is. And see if that physical attraction is there for real. Because I keep going back to the movie.
Because the nightclub ain't where the attraction got to be. You got to be when you wake up in the morning.
In the morning when you roll over and she ain't got that wig on.
Coke done turn back into a pumpkin.
You got to love a pumpkin. You got to love a pumpkin.
Stage Coke turn back into
what was you going to say, Pooh?
Boy.
You right. No, you got a little pumpkin because that
you got the little pumpkin.
I'm typing that in now. All right, I got to love the pumpkin
because we years into this shit, so I didn't look like the pumpkin at the beginning. So somebody who young and get into a relationship and they wake up in the next morning and the bitch take off her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that word, but sometimes I drink alcohol.
Hey, I promote Finlater actions on here, just so you know.
Tatea is here.
Yeah.
So you take off that wig and you ain't got
no makeup on. Give me some Boulder Crest.
You sweated that shit off fucking. That's all I'm saying. You done took all that shit off.
This too.
If you don't like what that look like, that might not work.
It might not work.
To be honest with you,
I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. Sometimes women get so caught up in thinking that whoever looks better wins. That's not always the case. Sometimes
it's fool's gold.
You look good and don't have anything that accompanies the look, and so immediately
it's called fool's gold.
Then it's gonna lose interest because looking good is only 20% of it. You can look, Eric. Guess what?
Your numbers might be a little off, but I get it.
Look good with makeup. I mean, looking good is kind of easy these days if you look at what they come from and what they go to. Looking
Only,
good is not a hard
Trust
thing
me.
to do. If you
only
got
to the
doing a whole
untrained
lot.
naked eye is it easy. But a
Trust me,
trained
Tiny doing
beady
a whole
eyes,
lot for T.I. to still be there. Trust that. It's more to Tiny than look. Because
it's
Tiny
goddamn
got
right because she
T.I.
don't have
locked
that at
down
all.
for goddamn years. So, period. But
Yeah,
at the end of the
but
day,
women get caught up on
if-
that.
if
Women
you-
get caught up with competing with other women because they think that she got chose because she looked better. When actually she
You
got
gotta
chose
feel-
because she was a better fit. She was a better option. And then that doesn't always discredit that woman. Sometimes you are the perfect woman, just not for that person that you're trying to be with, and vice versa for men.
Exactly.
It's not that you have
Exactly.
to
I
have
agree with you,
more,
Ivory.
that you
Exactly.
have to look
Absolutely.
better. It's sometimes
Mhm.
just the person you are does not fit that other person's long-term visualization of what they want their life to be. And you can be as fine as a day is long. That's not gonna always get it. Sometimes a man wants some substance with that. Can he take you home with mine? Can he take you to go out with the guys to a football game and take you to the ballet? Like what all
Yeah.
Because Tiny is
Absolutely.
ugly, and I can't stand to put her in my eyesight.
Damn.
But that man loved that woman to
He-
death. He put her up on the highest pedestal.
Don't
because
like
she
him
is the
either.
woman for him. And she will have to look like nothing to you. That's a public figure, and he takes his wife almost everywhere he goes. So another man's opinion of her does not matter because there have been millions and millions of comments that say how unattractive she is, and he takes her home and loves her every day, and she feels like she is one of the most beautiful women in the world because of how this man treats her.
How this man
So,
treats her.
and just because, I mean, women do the same thing for men. You look at Beyonce and Jay-Z. Jay-Z don't look like nothing. And I'm not going to say that he's not an attractive man to some women, but what he had as far as attributes and qualities were what that woman needed that he got with to be happy. So I can say he's unattractive. A lot of women feel he's unattractive, but for her, it's not going to be a finer man in the whole wide world because why? He fulfills everything that she desires as a woman and in the
True
relationship.
story.
Yeah,
If
that's
we
what's
don't
up.
stop looking at what we
Fulfills
want
everything
instead
that
of
she
what we
desires
need,
as a
I
woman.
try to tell people all the time, quit trying to sell your good shit off. Quit putting your good foot forward and tell a motherfucker
Yeah.
invest. You need to set your ugly shit out there. You need to have your trash in the street. Because if a motherfucker can deal with your ugly, then they damn sure can deal with your best.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if until a motherfucker's ready to invest in the ugly you, then they're not worth you getting dolled up for. They're not even
But
worth it.
guess what?
Because if you ain't
We
telling
so
the motherfucker that you
insecure.
got baggage and luggage,
We so insecure as people because of the lack of self-love, like you mentioned, that we are so scared and ashamed to show anything that we feel is a negative attribute to our characteristics. Yes, you can be a selfish person to some degree and people will still love you. I know plenty of addicts that have been in relationships for a long time. There are things wrong with everybody, right? And like you said, if you can deal
everybody.
with your bad and that person can deal with your bad, then it's only going to get better. But if you always feel like you putting on this front, you always got to be your best self to maintain
That
this
shit come down
situation,
after a while.
it's not going to last.
Mm-hmm.
But as women, we think we got to put our best foot forward. That's the problem. And I know for me,
Girl,
I always thought
please.
my best foot
Honey, I'm
forward
walking
had to be
around here and
there.
look like me some days. I don't
Yeah,
give a
don't
damn.
go to the store in your bonnet. Well, go ahead. I used to tell my
Punch
daughter,
back,
don't go
punch
out to no
backs.
store with no daggone bonnet, but go to the
Now,
store
I
with a
ain't
bonnet.
saying do all that now, but you know,
Nah, man. Because we started
I
punch
understand.
bonnet, no punchbacks, and we serious.
I'm a little afraid of a man that's gonna find a woman in the grocery store with her bonnet kind of attractive. Cause I mean, where your standards at?
Hey, but that's
Damn
when you
it.
know
Hey,
who that
Hey,
what
right
you
there.
talking
I-
about?
what you
Chill.
mean?
What you mean?
That's what she
Well, you
gonna
know
have on
motherfucker
when you
holler at
wake
you.
up.
Show
When somebody
is.
holler at you
Yeah,
and
when you
you ain't
wake
on
up
your
and
shit,
y'all in the privacy of you and her. Now I ain't saying I don't wear my bonnet in front of my man, but I'm saying I ain't never went to the store with no bonnet on in my whole entire life.
Well, I would say if you see,
Hey, you
go to
fried,
all
though,
the single
man.
women go to the store with your bonnet on so they can really see what you look like, and then be like,
No.
yeah,
Sometimes you gotta take that hat off so we can know what's going on.
yes, that's the new motto. 20,
Hey.
2021
store
with your
hat
bonnet
off.
Boy, yeah.
man,
No,
when women get naked, they lose 10 pounds, bro. You know what I'm saying? Women get
They
naked.
take
I'm
so
talking
much
about
shit
real
off.
naked. They lose about 10 pounds, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I would much rather see that 10-pound lighter you, and much rather see that 10-pound lighter you,
Mm-hmm.
and see you for you, like without the lashes, without the wig, without the
Well,
makeup,
please,
without the
without the
That's
motherfucking.
lashes.
cool, but throw
Let your
that thing
let
back in
your
a
titties
ponytail.
sag.
That's just downright ghetto to be
Hey,
walking
man.
out with a bonnet
Hey,
on.
2021.
Hey, but
He
I'm
talking
just
about
saying
let
though,
agree.
I would
2021.
much
Type of
rather
shit. He agree.
It's going down.
I much rather invest in the real you.
Thank you,
Fuck all that made up shit.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
When,
cause
when
right,
you interviewing and you
I
going there,
want to see the
yes,
pure
no.
nappy head.
the nappy
Period.
heads. 2021.
Yeah, man.
It's no wigs.
Because think about
2021.
it. Somewhere down the line,
Type
you
that in there.
got
No
to,
wigs.
you got to spring it on us at some point.
Right.
What
20
if you
At some
shocked me
point,
after you done
21.
got deeply involved?
You got to.
Man, I mean, if you have hang up issues, things that like that shit need to be thrown out up front. As soon as you feel like
Yes.
I got interest and y'all start talking about shit, what your flaws is, your vulnerabilities, all that shit, but you are
And that's the most
scared
scary
of,
thing.
like,
That's the most scary thing right there.
when you vulnerable,
Is being
yeah, but
vulnerable.
that's when the relationship, that's they always say in order for you to plant a seed and it to grow fruit, you gotta till the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That means you gotta like break up the earth so the seed can get down in the earth and then it can grow with cultivation. You can't just walk by. You can just walk by and drop a seed and it'll grow. But no, man, at the very beginning stages of that, you gotta break that vulnerability. You gotta open up yourself and say, yo, this is the shit that I can't take. This is my breaking point. This is the shit. If you do this, I can't take it.
Right.
Mhm. They do
Anything
need
else,
to know.
I am willing to work with you on anything else. But this right here is called a
This
deal
is a
breaker.
media deal blower.
I like
Hashtag
you. Don't press this
no
button.
wigs.
I like you a lot.
2021.
Don't press this button
But
right
guess
here.
what?
And we
Let me
can
say
move
this
forward.
with that, Bo. So many times we go fall back on that, on what we said our breaking points were, because we be really into this person, and then the person that you done got into, you don't think you're gonna find that again. So you be like, okay, let me put my standards to the side for a minute, because he gonna do this or she doing that anyway after we said
Mhm.
it. And then
Exactly.
That's
And that's
true.
a fact. That's a
That's,
fact.
that's
The
true.
fact of the matter is, that's when you come to the table and you have that communication. That's where
Yep.
communication come in.
Yeah.
I told you that this shit is a deal breaker. This is what it does to me. This is how it makes me feel. And if you don't get that proper response, then that's on you to stay in that situation or move as far away from that as you can. But that's how you give a relationship a fair shot,
Mm-hmm.
by being you. Don't put your sales representative out there because that nigga clocks out.
Yep.
Don't
Out.
send your sales rep out here to talk to me. Because
Ching.
after a while, that motherfucker's gonna clock out and go the fuck home.
Your sales rep.
I need the real you. I need the real you right
Your
here, right now.
sales
Again,
rep,
hashtag
dog.
Foundation.
no wigs
Hold
2021.
on, man. Is we letting that go past?
What's that?
Your sales
This
rep.
Sales rep.
The judges will allow
Allow
that.
that. Can we get a round of applause for? Thank
The
you.
judges goddamn it.
Sales
Boy,
rep.
goddamn, the judges goddamn
You
allow
got a
that.
round of
goddamn.
applause. Boy, you got a round of applause for that. Sales rep. No
I
wigs
appreciate that, bro. I
2021.
appreciate that. I'll take it back.
You know, no
You
no
said-
wigs 2021.
You sent a covert, undercover agent out there to test the waters
They got about
first.
they typically got about 3 months. They typically got a 3-month lease period, bro, before they clock out.
Yep.
And then they
You know what I'm
grab
saying?
their
You wait
mask
around about
like,
3 to 6 months.
then they grab
Yeah,
their
yeah,
face
it's a
like
wrap.
Tom
Things
Cruise
start
and just
coming in.
pull it off. Like
It's a wrap.
once they take a dookie in front of you, now they ready to pull the mask off. Like, hi, I'm really Tom Cruise. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, real shit.
That's true.
The fuck? I'm really Wendy
You wanna build a real
Williams.
foundation?
That nigga
is
said,
Wendy
"Look at
Williams
the
under
dookie
here."
in front of me."
Okay, Grizz, I can't take you.
You fucked up.
But no, that's exactly the reason why you see people out together. You be like, oh, they so cute together. They make such a cute couple because everybody got their fronts up. And then 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, by the time the summer is over, these niggas hate each other stinking guts, dear Darla.
No wigs.
Yeah.
So,
They
And
got
they hate each other's
Funny.
guts, and she pregnant on top of it.
Yeah.
You done blowed your deal. I know I'm running around right now having babies. Thought everybody was so great, and guess what? Niggas is smucks. Now, yeah,
I
it
didn't
just
hear
happens.
from Grizz.
What?
You can't be chucking ball weenie up in them motherfuckers.
Ah, damn.
You can't just be chucking ball weenie up in there, bro. You gotta put some saran wrap on it or something, man. You
That'll not work.
can't just, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you now, if y'all try that saran wrap
Call me
shit,
Dr.
we're gonna be
Mudbang,
wrapping you
bro.
up.
Hey, man, don't be giving people no saran wrap advice.
Did you hear? Wait a minute.
Yes,
Yeah,
I heard it
Dr.
all.
Nah, you're not gonna let that slide.
Yeah, man. You gotta wrap that mud bang
Doc,
up,
you
man.
didn't
can't
hear
just
all
be
of that,
running
Grizz.
What did he say?
That ball
He said,
weenie
call
up in there.
me.
Yes, I stated.
Hold on, family. He said, call me. See, I'm deciphering this shit.
You deciphering it. Go ahead.
He said, call me Mr. Love Ring. Dr. Love Ring. Do you know what that means?
Dr. Mudbang, bro. Dr.
Mudbang.
Oh, I heard. That's even worse. He nuts. What the bloody? Man, I almost
Dr.
slammed my
Mudbang
Trump hat
in the
down,
building.
man. I need that hat to slim down after that.
Hey, man, this
You
entertaining
gotta
in the
wrap that
mud.
motherfucker up, bro.
Yeah, man, this is what it is. We been out with a bang, y'all.
Nah, man, nah.
2020.
Something ain't right about this last
No.
little shit, man.
Man, that was some funny crap right there, man.
I
I
knew
can
he
always,
wasn't gonna
I
make
can
it
always
to the
depend
end, man.
on this family here to bring the heat and bring it.
Let me tell you, I knew Bo's ass was not gonna make it to the end without doing some devastating
You know it.
shit.
You
man.
know it.
I
You know it. But
I know
you
it.
know what? I have fun. We finished up our 3-part series, so maybe some people can take some advice or not. But I appreciate you two calling in and being a part of everything that we do. I love you guys. 20,
No diggity, no doubt.
you know what I'm saying? 2020 has been a heck of a year. I'm glad to say that the people around me has been able to maintain the same quality of life, if not better, through this bull crap. So I want to give a round of applause out to that too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's good.
I got something to say too.
I mean, what's up?
Well, I don't normally do the media thing. I normally just personally talk to my family, but my mother is still in the ICU.
That's right. We're gonna pray for your mama.
Oh, prayers and things like that. Man, I don't. There's funny stuff going on. I don't like it.
I understand. We're gonna keep her in your prayers, in our prayers.
Bree, you know how I do. You need me to go up there? Because you know I
All
come
our
up there and
prayers.
set the doctor
They
straight
acting
ASAP like
crazy.
I did when you was in there.
They acting crazy. Somebody need to go up there.
So we'll do that. But we can go into 2021. So that's tomorrow night. So what do y'all got plans for tomorrow night
I'm firing my guns up.
In the house.
in the house?
In-house turn up.
In the house turn. Oh
I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie, man.
Y'all got so much different liquor. It's ridiculous.
I got to drive to Memphis and get
Yeah.
the baby.
You got to go to Memphis.
Oh, yay.
That's what's
Come
up.
on to Atlanta.
The baby
Pick
is
up the
coming
babies and come to
home.
Atlanta.
She said, "Pick up the baby and then come on down to Atlanta."
Charisma is coming home.
That's what's up. Charisma.
And-
Round of applause for Charisma.
Hey, congrats.
Yeah. We got a lot of round of applause for 2020.
Yes, he
Going in
is.
2021. But I ain't gonna hold you guys up. I appreciate you. We coming in next year strong. We got a lot of different guests, and we definitely gonna have y'all back on. Feel free to call in anytime.
See them
do what
schmucks
it
out.
do.
Get away from them.
We're gonna give a shout out to our producers who really put us on. I want Unanimous has really opened up doors
Yes.
and showing us old folks how to do some things. So I want to give them a round of applause for themselves. Thank you. It's been a good year.
Don't
I'm glad.
forget, you gotta love the pumpkin.
You know, so
Got to love the goddamn pumpkin.
love the pumpkins. And 2021 is no wigs. So with that
Take your
being
hat
said,
off, ladies.
we gonna go like
No
we always
lashes,
do
bruh.
and tell everybody, don't be stuck on stupid.
Big eyeball motherfucker.
and relaxed on dumb.
Hey, don't be stuck on stupid and relaxed on dumb.
We out of here. 2021.
Smokes.
See y'all.
Supporters out.
This your boy Grizz,
And I'm your main man, Ringbag.
and this is the GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE Show. Powered by
Yeah. Hey. Niggas Michael J. Fox and shit, I keep it steady. So every time I make that call, baby, be ready. Maybe we can hit the banks and stroll, don't do the levy. And I don't never mention the sex, it get too messy. Turn your bitch into a flirt iron quick, she trying to press me. But if all she got is pussy to offer, it don't impress me. I'm like, whoa, slow down. It's enough of that to go round. Besides, I'm a grown ass man, I need more now. Me stop the hustle for you, I'm on the go now. Get money like a dirty ass shame, it's on the low down. But niggas know I'm up to something that's on the high. Realer niggas never show their hand and compromise. That's why I'm in the whip right now, gripping your thigh. But you gotta have it all mapped out, you wanna ride. You gotta earn something, baby. Come roll with a player, you can learn something, baby. Yeah, you in the place to be. I woke up one day, a dream came to me. You take a pretty young dame, give her all the tools till she start to build a frame. Pair it with some guidance and a little free game. Yeah, and don't you ever let a nigga get one up on you. Don't you let him get one up on you. Don't you ever let a nigga get one up on you. Yeah.
I pull up, I'm in your driveway. Hop in, pull out, let's hit the highway. Now baby, put this weed in this blunt. Hold it down, cause I got heat in the trunk. I live a little bit dangerous, did foul shit flagrant, but I never did hate shit. You sweet as an angel kiss, but don't let me sweet talk you. You can see what this deep talk do. I've been living my life, you think that niggas ain't shit. I ain't saying you wrong, but you ain't seen real shit. Real ones that spit the